On this 76th Independence Day, let us take a look at our busy modern day lifestyle. With increasing health concern and recurring pandemics, we are facing issues like global warming, environmental pollution with stressful life. Let us take a moment to ask how independent we are. As we all know, India is a land of agriculture, giving nearly 60% of livelihood in rural area. Earlier, where we used to sow our indigenous seeds for cultivation, we are now dependent on chemically treated seeds. In earlier days, we used to apply natural compost to our farmlands, whereas now we are dependent on chemical fertilizers. In earlier days, we used to practice natural farming. Now we are dependent on chemical pesticides and fungicide for crop protection. Where in earlier days we engaged our desi cow breeds in cultivation, now we are dependent on machineries. Despite of all this technological improvement, we still find our farmers in a very distressed condition. In olden days, we used to grow our own vegetables in kitchen garden, whereas now we are dependent on supermarket. In earlier days, we used to consume natural foods. Now we are dependent on packaged, processed food and other junk foods. In olden days, we used edible oils extracted using bull-driven Ghana, whereas now we are dependent on chemically refined edible oils. In the earlier days, we used to prepare our own grains and pulses using traditional methods, whereas now we are dependent on chemically treated, polished and packaged dals and pulses. In the earlier days, we used natural ingredients and cold processed soap to take care of our skin health. Now we are dependent on chemical cosmetics and serums. In the olden days, we used cotton and khadi wares made using handlooms, whereas now we are dependent on jeans and other designer wares which are hazardous to environment. In the olden days, we used mud pots along with wooden baskets as utensils, whereas now we are dependent on plastic containers and bags, which has resulted in endangering of livelihood like pot making and bamboo weaving. On this special day, let us ask ourselves, are we really independent or over-dependent?